Welcome back to Technology YouTube channel. So AMD announced its Ryzen 7 40 series of CPUs, and now we know the benchmark for it, and 7040HX series to be exact. And we now know AMD Ryzen 9 7945HX was spotted on Geekbench, and there we can get an idea of what this chipset is capable of. The single core score is 2127, while multi-core score is 19406, and it has 403, and it clearly beats out i9-13980HX CPU with 24 core 32 threads, even though Ryzen has only 16 cores 32 threads. So yeah, it clearly beats out, but at the same time, it beats out in single core and loses in multi-core. But when you see other benchmarks, it loses against i9 Intel's variant. But given the fact like both are 55 watts plus variants, we still don't know how they will fare. But yeah, maybe it is due to early BIOS and stuff. But at the same time, they are just neck and neck. So yeah, the competition is here at the same time. So yeah, let's just stop this series. It's pretty nice. 7040 HX series for high performance gaming laptops. It's pretty nice, and it also depends on what kind of a wattage the system manufacturers give to the CPUs. If they give full 55 watts plus, they can do better. If not, they can do worse. So it depends on the scenario, but at the same time, we just got an idea what this capable of, what 7000 series is capable of in gaming laptops. Moving on, we have news regarding Intel's desktop high performance CPUs, and it looks bad, and it comes from W935 495HX, which is 6000 bucks CPU. And given the fact like they are going against not Ryzen but Threadripper Pro 5000 series, it's pretty cheap. It's a bit cheap, but yeah, in performance it's pretty bad because it comes with up to 56 cores, and it's not because of course they are bad, but in most of the benchmarks, Threadripper runs pretty nice, and it comes from budget systems. As you can see in most of the scenarios, like I think only in three scenarios, Ri- Intel's W9 300 series wins, while in other scenarios Ryzen wins. Ryzen Threadripper wins. So yeah, it looks pretty bad, and the power draw it's pretty massive for this W939 W9 series of Xeon processors, and given the fact like these are new processors, it looks pretty bad. And they also have insane overclocking capabilities, but you need to do it with liquid nitrogen, and it's bad. And at that time, you will need insane amount of electricity power to go to the CPUs. But at the same time, it looks like Threadripper is more energy efficient, and given the fact like it's based on Zen 3 and it's not based on Zen 4, and Zen 4 might come soon in Threadripper, it looks pretty bad. So Xeon W2400 and 3400 SKUs, it looks pretty bad at the same time. And along with it, they said like they are using early BIOS as of now, but even though they are using early BIOS and stuff, it looks bad. Even the thing like if they have latest BIOS and the efficiency goes up and power requirements goes down, then also the launch is in March, so it looks pretty bad as of now. Yeah, what can we say? Intel is in a tough position as of now. Let's just hope they do something good. But the i9 Intel desktop series is pretty nice. Like i9, i7, it's pretty nice. It's going neck to neck with Ryzen as of now. But let's see what happens in the future because AMD is coming back with a vengeance kind of a way. Next up for today, we have news regarding regarding this regarding AMD 7000 series, which was like 7800, 7700, 7600 because 7900 was launched and they were focused on it. But now we know more about it. But first of all, we know kind of a benchmark for AMD's 3D V-Cache technology for Ryzen 7 and Ryzen 9 7950 X3D. As you can see, this is shared by AMD itself, and it comes in comparison with i9 3900K in comparison with Ryzen 9 7950 X3D. And here we can see like there was some games where AMD did bad, like 12% bad, but at the same time there were large number of games which AMD did better, like it went toe to toe with i9 3900K, and in some cases it beats out by 27%, as you can see. And this looks pretty nice, like it's done on it's done on the high level performance like i9 3900K, like best CPUs versus be- best CPUs in the case. And AMD is beating in almost most of the games by it's going 2 to 2, but in some cases it's going above. And at the same time, i9 3900K is going to be launched, and it's also priced similar to Ryzen 9 7950HX 7950 X3D part. So yeah, still don't know about how performance, if performance it will be on KS moniker. But given the fact like Ryzen 9 1750 X3D is this good, it will be much better to see when we compare it with Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, because if that also gives the same performance as Ryzen 9 1750 X3D, Ryzen 7 will be the best CPU to buy. Like you don't need that much cores, like 16 cores 32 threads, you can just work with 8 cores as of now, and if you want you can upgrade it later down the line. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. Like AMD X3D is pretty big. And last up for today, we have the news regarding AMD 7000 series mid-range GPUs, which are said to be coming very soon. It's not said to be coming very soon. It's little days off. Like it will take months to get here. It is scheduled for 618 event, which is set in China. And it's similar to Black Friday, and they are said to be launched during that time period, which is in June, and we still don't know when they will be launched. But yeah, they are close to be launched, and 7800, 7700, and 7600 series is going to be much cheaper compared to NVIDIA's offering. Maybe the performance is also good because 7900 is 1700 XT and XTX is in direct competition with NVIDIA's RTX 4080, and these are low power variants, so they are in competition with 4060, 4070, 4070 Ti, 4060 Ti, 4050 if they launch it. Anyway, what is NVIDIA doing, we still don't know, but at the same time, AMD is promising nice upgrades and a cheaper price compared to NVIDIA. In case of 7800, 7700, and 7600 graphics card, and it's pretty nice to see. And this also comes in due time when we know like they were dropping in GPU shipments and stuff by 40% over a year on year. So it looks pretty promising. Like NVIDIA, like AMD is doing it, and AMD is going to sell this card pretty low. Like maybe the MSRP goes down after the launch of this card, and if they performs good, it will be a tough competition to NVIDIA, because NVIDIA's 40 series, they are looking mid-range 40 series, and low end it's looking pretty bad as of now. And maybe AMD can shift it. It will be nice, like most of the mid-range and low-end segment will go to AMD, which will be a nice competition to NVIDIA. Let's just hope it happens. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about all of the news going on this week? Not this week, but all of the news going on in the technology segment. Sound of your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will meet you in the next one.